Alright, I just woke up. Let's see. Start with the keybinds for scroll. You're going to look for these two options. Menu confirm and menu skip. First off, in a run, you will come to this jump. I'll aim really far to the right on this bush as to land sooner on these tree leaves. And make sure to jump on this side of the stone to be on the walkable area. Aim this much to the left and you'll usually hit the jump even with later jump timings. Next, slide on through to get to this tree, and from this tree get onto the invisible wall. A good rule of thumb is aim close to where the leaves meets the mountain, and you'll only fail when jumping too late off of not gaining enough height. Once you're on the visible wall, I'll run on this in this direction, aiming at the tree trunk, to run on the edge of this huge invisible wall, but make sure to jump immediately when turning for this same reason, because you're on the edge. Man. You get to this rock, which you'll start jumping only when you're about to hit it, and you'll aim in this direction at the middle of this line. If you're too much to the right, you'll slide off, and too much to the left, you'll lose time. Stone jumps, make sure to land before going for the next jump on this rock, or else you'll get a consistently bad low jump. Looks like this, I guess. I'd suggest getting familiar with the walkable areas here to get a fast line to land on this spot, which is the corner of the next load zone trigger. You'll get Bunger over yonder with one ketchup, aiming under the height of these tree posts, and in between these two tree posts, you see. Pick up 3 more ketchups while you're waiting and shoot one in the tree. It'll attract this Bunger to this spot. Shoot this shishka bug to attract this Bunger over this spot. And they will consistently knock each other out at these tree leaves. Talk with Wambus, and a small time save is to sprint jump backwards, and while you're in the air you'll press mouse 1 to start the dialogue. I'll run on this hump to gain enough height to never touch the fence. Allow me to shoot an early ketchup while jumping down to attract your Friday as soon as possible. Catch shishka bug here. I'll sprint jump and release sprint to make the Friday scare range a bit lower. Place the trap on the side of the Friday, making sure it won't hit. And it'll run into the trap easy every time. Catch a Bunger, small time save with a sprint jump mechanic. So I'll place the trap like a split second earlier than I would if I were to sprint to it and then stop and then place it. Same is used on shishka bug to get closer without scaring it. Sprint, jump, immediately release all direction keys. Crouch, like as I'm landing. And here I'll place the trap such that it will make the shishka bug forced to run around it. So I'll always have enough time to catch it. Feed Wambus, press F to pay respect for the bugs. You'll skip the animations of Wambus enjoying his bugs, alright? Alright. Sprint to journal as straight a line as you can make. Right. It's alright. Talk with your BFF. Mash E or Q, you can decide yourself, and then scroll. While waiting for your next dialogue option, place yourself closer to Filbo to immediately trigger the next cutscene. Like, he won't push the bush unless you're close to him. There's a trigger actually. So, interview tricks is to use keyboard to go through the options. You'll be able to choose options way before you can confirm an option. So that means you can use that to our advantage by starting with pressing S, like before the book fully pops up. And then after that, you can hold S. And it'll scroll down all the way to the bottom. Although, one thing that will happen here, if you're not careful, is that you'll move your mouse, like slightly. And especially on the newer patches, like the mouse registers really early. So actually, like, you have to be a bit careful scrolling fast here. Or else the mouse will just overpower the keyboard. Yes. There's 2 options here to getting over the river. So you want to end up over the river to get to the skip into the woods. It's called Sugar Pine Woods. Well, first you want to get over the river, and there's a few options. I'll go through like the 2 best ones. The absolute best one is like really hard, so I'll do this one first. You run to this fence. You jump up this donation box roof, and for this jump you have to jump late enough from the roof. Like you don't jump at the top of the roof, because you don't need that extra height. Actually, all you need is the distance. So you'll run closer, and then closer to the next roof you're gonna land on, and even though you run lower, and you'll hit the jump as long as you jump late enough. First you jump over this roof, and then you jump to the next roof, and then you jump over the river. You got over the river, yay. Okay, so this is the hard option to get over the river. Sprint in this direction, lining your character up with the lower staircase. Once you get to the staircase, you'll aim to the left by this much. Like, this is the area to aim to the left. Like, you barely aim to the left, really. Get onto the fence while sprinting from the staircase, and wait till you feel this lower bob, and then you jump. Like, this is the weird part about this jump. To get the timing correctly, you don't jump while you're at the top of the fence. Like, you jump when you're about to fall off the fence. And you'll only hit it once you're, like, super late. Like, even when you're early on the bob, you'll still miss it, like, from the distance alone. You have to wait, like, till you're really late. And actually, like, if you're too late as well, you'll bob too low. Like, you get too low, and you won't get the distance that way either. So this can't be too early, neither can it be too late. Avoid the death trigger by pressing jump before hitting the water, and then instantly pressing tab to open the journal. So you can't die when you have the journal open. So we abuse this. You can get the feel for the window of jump by just experimenting on the ground, really. This stone you'll have to run towards the crack. Make sure to not lose any speed by bumping on any of these, like, parts of the wall or the mountain. Then once your character bobs down a bit, like, I love the bob, bro. Like, all the bobs in my run is the tricks. Like, your character bobs down a bit, and that's when you jump. Like, you slide, you jump, slide down a bit, and then jump. After you jump, you turn to the right. I'll do it with W and D. You get to the next section, into the woods. There's a snow thing, like a hump, snow hump. You can jump right before touching the hump, and you get to the top and can jump from there. Fast way to get up the avalanche is using the sign for a faster line. And to simplify this snowy mountain jump by a lot, we can make great use of this invisible wall to the right. Alright, you can hug this invisible wall. It's so big. So you can run right into it. So by doing this, the jump onto the bigger stone only becomes the jump timing. I'm actually using my hands, but you can't see my hands. It only becomes about the jump timing. This is when I put my hand up, which is at the top of the runnable area before you start sliding. Like if you run too long, you'll start sliding. If you run too short, you won't get enough height. After you get up to the stone, you have to run to the top of the rock to make the jump onto the invisible wall. So I'm using a launch pad trick here. I'm going to try to explain this to get it most consistently in my case, because it's a jump timing thing. You want to place the trap such that you'll land on it, like on the edge of the launch pad, and from this edge of the launch pad you'll just swing, like you get flung, alright. You'll sprint, jump. Immediately when you're in the air, you release any direction keys. Just be able to place the launcher, and as fast as possible, place the launcher downwards. You have like a small window here as well. Like, you don't need to necessarily do it as fast as possible. Actually, if you do it too fast, you'll actually place it too short. You won't be able to land on it. before you land, you'll aim up with right click, then launch with left click before landing from your jump. So you'll carry the momentum of jump. Like you get a further boost by being in the air, and you'll get a further boost by being on the edge of the launch pad. So like we do both of these boost things, and you get flung into the next section. Before landing though, like at the right as I jump, I'll use Q and then E, real fast, like QE to retrieve the launch pad. You can see like it's reloading in the bottom corner. Make sure not to move your mouse while doing that though, because if you move your mouse, you'll actually just choose another trap, choose another tool in your toolkit. Next is a door skip. Get onto the door, place this trap high enough to collide with it when you jump, and aim it such that you'll get blocked when jumping in it, but the shape of the collision is pointed inwards towards the door. It'll clip you right through. There's a lot of variations for this one. Like I've seen you place the trap real low and aim like not that much to right. I've seen like you place it real high and you point it like almost downwards. Like you can experiment a lot with this. Just get something that's consistent for you. Undersnak is don't lose speed sliding in the opposite direction, and don't lose speed spamming jumps. You'll actually lose speed if you mash jumps. You get to the mashing section in the interview, and it's the same idea as we did earlier, by holding S after she has spoken about her sheer massive strength and willpower. Continue mashing till Agabel is about to fling you through the air, and mash mouse 1 to interact with Agabel. This will make the fade to black like a second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds earlier. You'll wake up and get to this jump. This jump is not possible jumping from the ground, and you'll have to gain extra height by running up against this wall. You hug it and you get up. Nice. Super cool path over the trees. This is about 0.8 seconds time save. I start lining it up from before I start sprinting here. I'll jump before getting to the planks on the floor. Then after these 2 bumps you run over, you'll jump. Like right after the second bump. And get onto the wooden post, easy every time. This wooden post got a lot of space to run on, so don't get stressed out jumping too early. If you jump too early, actually you won't make the jump. From this last tree, you don't have to jump at all to get onto this mountain bit. You just need to sprint. After you land, you'll make straight lines in which you won't get blocked as much. There's some invisible wall on the left, so you don't want to touch it too much. Gauntlet time! Everyone's favorite part of every bugsnax speedrun category, and everyone's favorite part of bugsnax in general. Ask Hiamal. Hiamal loves this section. He has a lot good things to say about this section. We start off with the strabby. Get fast, get good. Place the first one in the grass to right, and you'll pump twice. And just as you pump the second time, you'll pick up the trap and sprint and place the trap where these spawns will be. Place it in the middle of these two middle spawns, and closer to the top of these 2. You need to pump once really early to kill the 3 in the back. And once these 3 in the back has been killed, the second bump is pretty much guaranteed to kill the ones in the front. So you can just prematurely jump down to the next section. Practice this, man. Like the gauntlet is... You should create a gauntlet save for this reason alone. Next you get to floof+snorp. Floof+snorp. Skip through the dialogue and place yourself on the spawns with these sprinkly donuts, so you're creating a straight line, killing them all in one swift swing. You'll kill the 4th and last wave of these sprinkly donuts and try to hug the fence running in this angle, as to avoid a trigger where the grumpuses go. Don't run away! Now, if you get to the fence fast and touch it, you'll be able to save 5 seconds where you'd normally wait for the milkshakes to spawn. Get behind the picantuses and knock them out cold into the welcome mouths of Floofty and Shelder. Go, go, go! Next is Chandlo and Snorpy. This section you literally have to wait 68 seconds for these waves to get done with, and for the last wave to spawn. And that's always consistent, no matter if you kill them or don't kill them, if you shoot or don't shoot. Like, it's always 68 seconds. But there is a time save here. Immediately after the last wave splats, Snorpy and Chandler will get into positions for the next cutscene. So we can abuse this by firstly making a splat earlier. I place this more to the left. That'll splat them real early. Nice, real good. We have a soft lock spot here, which will make the game think you're in position for some reason. Like, this is specifically for Chandlo and Snorpy section. Like, it's not on the other sections in this gauntlet. Like, they still carry on with their dialogue even if you're walking like back. I don't know why. Even if you're not in position. Barrel section. Using this lineup will save about 10 seconds compared to shooting straight at them. You run to the stone for later lineups. For the cheesy poofs though, you'll aim at the middle of the open coconut. You see this? Like, you have a lot of leeway here. It doesn't matter really exactly where you aim, but this is my lineup. I'll aim at the middle of this open coconut and at the height of this weird shape. Like, there's a point there. So the cheesy poof, they start flying up, and like the earliest you can shoot is like before they touch the line of your aim line. Like real early. Like, if you aim a crosshair there, like it's below that crosshair, that circle, and to shoot too late, it has to be like past the line and a bit more. So you'll always be safe killing the cheese poof at the line. When they touch the line of your aim. Aim at the spawns before they spawn to kill them immediately. Sorry, I forgot to record this part, so I just had to do it now. Also, by the mountain behind, when the cheesy poof like is over that line, then shoot to kill both of these last two. Yeah. Next, after that, is peelbug section. Just kill as fast as possible. You can keep in mind that for the last spawn of the wave, it'll wait. Like, for each wave, there can maybe be like 3 spawns in a row, like this is spawn, right? And for the last wave of that, it'll wait until the bugs splat, right? So the next wave won't spawn until the bugs splat. So if you were to put in some more effort and really delve deep into it, you could find a way to technically splat them faster. But yeah, this ball is a bit annoying, and just kill them as fast as possible, really. Have the ball hit them faster. But there is ways to lose time here, though. because of the wave spawning system. Saucy section, the way I do it now is to shoot in the middle twice, shoot in between these spawns, and have sauce right by the spawn of the spawn the first time. I place it the right side of that spawn, like predicting where it will spawn. It's always the same. And second time you shoot right at them, like the second time they spawn this place, they will just splat into each other real fast. The idea is just basically find something that'll kill them as fast as possible. Get aboard the ship by jumping the fence. I've seen so many people run around the fence, but this is the same fence that's in Snacksburg, and this is like the first thing I found out. And for some reason, it's so annoying to me seeing that people run to the left side of this fence. Like, hello, dude, you can jump over the fence. It's faster. It's a shorter distance. Anyways, thank Liz and thank Egg. Oh my god. Thanks, Liz.
Thanks, Liz.
Egg. Be sure to do that. Get to the beach, jump over your BFF, get to Filbo. Hey buddy. At the specific dialogue option, I'll mash only with mouse for the reason that the mouse for some reason registers later when going through options. Which can be used in this case because you don't have to use the mouse. Or you don't want to use the mouse. You want to use it, the option, you want to get to the second option as fast as possible. Which I can do with my keyboard. After the mashing of 2, you mash 3, first dialogue 2, second dialogue 3 to continue. After that, you can just mash on through with your brute power. There's smidge time save here. Take this shortcut up the left side of the sand hump and beat Chandlo if you're a real Chad bro. Then skip, you're done. Good job, you beat the game in 14 minutes and 38 seconds. Well done, goodbye.